Do that, do that, do that, that, that. Do that, do that, do that, that, that. I need to take an allergy pill so that I do not die. Alright. Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do this. Let's motherfucking do this. Be on a war tour with my heart in my memory. I just got touched. That's not good. It's not good to be touched by sentient poop. I feel like a new man with this shaved mustache. I feel like a new man. If Carbine was here, he'd be proud of me for shaving off that gross molestache. Do that, do that, do that, that, that. Do that, do that, do that, that, that. Jesus Christ, I hate Curse of the Maze. You fucker. Don't hate on this game, William. I had tried playing this game on this laptop that I have, and it's like a fairly decent laptop, but even this game would lag on that laptop. which this game isn't very hardware intensive, but it does require some type of hardware. Nothing fancy, just something better than nothing. I want to branch out to more games eventually, but I'm so out of the loop with new games that I really don't know where to even begin. I've never really been a big follower of new games, honestly. I've always liked retro games more than modern games. I'd rather play a Super Nintendo over any modern console or modern game. The Super Nintendo was the perfect console. I should actually just start playing Super Nintendo games on my stream, but I'd like to get a capture card so I can capture the actual footage from my Crocs. I want to get a capture card so I can capture actual footage from a Super Nintendo instead of emulating, because I always feel dirty when I'm emulating consoles, because I feel like there's something wrong with stealing games by emulating them. But NES is the Jesus of Scientology. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I thought Tom Cruise was the Jesus of Scientology. Although I heard that Tom Cruise has actually gotten out of Scientology, which is shocking because he was their poster boy for a long time. It's probably hard to be a Scientologist nowadays with all those documentaries that came out about how horrible Scientology is and how it's a cult and they pretty much brainwash you into leaving all your friends behind, and you're only allowed to be friends with other Scientologists and all this other crazy bullshit. But I don't know. I guess Scientology is something to believe in, even though it's all a big scam. We all need something to believe in. I'd prefer if people didn't believe in obvious scams, though. L. Ron Hubbard was a pretty big scam artist, from what I've heard. Pretty much, seemed like he was just into Scientology for the money. The religion's a pretty good way to get tax-free money from people. There's really no other way to get that kind of money and not have to pay taxes on it. Oh yeah? What would your cult be, Will? Curious. I want to join. Sell it to me. Pitch it to me. I want to join. I'm interested. How do I sign up? gay cult that would bring couples from outside the U.S., marry them so they could stay in the U.S. It's an interesting idea. It seems like there's probably a lot of countries out there that are more progressive towards gays than we are, though, so I don't know how well that's going to work out. You'd have to bring people over from third world countries that have worse gay rights than we do. Probably actually bring a lot of people over from Africa. I hear they're pretty stuck in the Stone Age as far as gay rights in Africa. You could bring some people from there. But I guess Africa's kind of stuck in the Stone Age with everything, not just gay rights. Thanks, white man, for setting Africa back 1,000 years with the slave trade. Marry them for a fee. This would keep them in the country like a cross between the Moonies and the People's Church. Interesting. The new Jim Jones. That's some good stuff. This is a brilliant idea if I've ever heard one. Jim Jones is a pretty charismatic guy, though. I don't know how charismatic you are. Pretty sure you're the Jesus, man. You're the Jesus. You just need to start wearing sandals everywhere, and you already have the hair for it, so just start wearing robes and sandals everywhere you go. Jim Jones is your dumb Buddhist. Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid. Make the money but not be prosecuted. As long as you don't force people to stay, then I don't see what they would prosecute you for. That's where most cults go wrong, is they start making it so that people can't leave the cult. As long as everything's voluntary, then that's what makes it a true religion. Have you thought this through? It kind of seems like you're making it up as you go along. You can make it so that you have to pay a penalty if you leave the cult. That way you get their money on the way in and on the way out. We are the music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams. Like anal. Exactly like anal. Now that's a good tagline for a religion. It's exactly like anal. Except less pain and discomfort. No chance of anal prolapse. I'm about to die a horrible death. All this cult talk is making me lose concentration in the game here. That's my excuse, at least. That's not actually what's going on, but that's my excuse. Transgendered. I don't think they like to be called transgender. But it's not like I'm their spokesman, so what do I know? Maybe they do like to be called that. They definitely don't want any cisgender heterosexual males, white males speaking for them. Willie Williams. That's good. That's good. You could just say you're the second coming of Jim Jones. You don't have to claim to be Christ himself, you just have to just say you're the next Jim Jones. The second coming. Willie Williams. For some reason, when you said Willie Williams, it kind of reminded me of Billy D. Williams. Now that's a guy that I would follow if he created a religion. I'd be a follower of that religion. The Billy D. Williams religion. The Lando Calrissian religion. Instead of gospel music, you could play the Mos Eisley Cantina music. I wonder if there is a Star Wars based religion yet. There has to be. There has to be. If there's a religion based on The Big Lebowski, then there has to be one based on Star Wars. Instead of like the 10 Commandments, one of the commandments could be that Han shot first. Han shot first, and the Kessel Run would probably be a big part of that religion as well. Drink the Kool-Aid. Drink Willie Williams Kool-Aid. Special Kool-Aid. I was surprised to find out that Jim Jones didn't actually use real Kool-Aid. He used some shitty off-brand Kool-Aid. Couldn't even get the real shit. He had to use off-brand Kool-Aid. Pathetic. Pathetic. you're gonna have your followers kill themselves, at least break out the real Kool-Aid. That's the least you can do. Through all the shit you put those people through, and you can't even give them real Kool-Aid. Come on. Wilders. I think it was Flavor Aid, that's what I heard. I watched this documentary about Jim Jones that said, I think they said it was Flavor Aid. Do they still make Flavor Aid? I haven't drank Kool-Aid in so many years. I just drink Mountain Dew now. Capri Sun. Now we're talking. That's the good stuff right there. None of this fucking Flavor Aid nonsense. Give me the Capri Sun. Give me Capri Sun or give me death. That's what I always say. That's my motto. Want me to join your religion? You best break out that Capri Sun. I want the fucking Pacific Cooler flavor. I'm trying to think of some other flavors of Capri Sun. Strychnine. Oh, that's some good stuff. You're enticing me to this religion pretty hard right now. I love Capri Sun. I'll worship whatever god you want, as long as you give me that Capri Sun. Could there be Lunchables too? Because Capri Sun isn't complete without a little Lunchable action on the side. You eat the Lunchable and then wash it down with that delicious Capri Sun. That could be the communion of this religion. Instead of the blood and body of Christ, we have the Capri Sun and the Lunchables. The blood and body of Willie Williams, Lunchables, and Capri Sun. That is disgusting. Yet delicious at the same time. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Willie Williams. Hey everybody, my name's Willie Williams. Welcome to the Temple of Willie Williams. In the name of the Father, the Son, in the name of the Father, the Capri Son, and the Holy Spirit. Oh, that is fucking good. I just came up with that on the spot. I don't know how I did it. Pure genius. Whew. The cover of the P&D books. You could even release different editions of the Bible. It's the base set, second edition, advanced, starter set. This religion sells itself. I don't know how we haven't thought of this sooner. I'd be willing to follow a religion based on Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of the Dungeons and Dragons deities are pretty cool. They're a lot more cool than most of the religions I've heard of. Kekistan. People now, smile on it, brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. It's a pretty genius idea, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sad that I didn't come up with it myself. All those Mormon women. You could just steal the Mormons' best idea, which was having multiple wives. But you have to make it so that these wives aren't allowed to nag you. They're only there for sex. That's it. Who's Jeff Warrens, anyways? I honestly don't know who that is. Warren Jeffs. Sounds like something I should know, but I don't. Sounds more legitimate than a lot of the religions I've heard of. Like those Jehovah's Witnesses. Those people aren't even allowed to celebrate their own birthday, for fuck's sake. What kind of religion is that? A bullshit religion, that's what. And I just killed myself because I didn't know how much health I had. Oh well. Oh, okay. Here I am making fun of Jehovah's Witnesses and not even knowing the guy who was their leader. It seems like the whole like Latter Days thing is kind of played out like pretty much every Christian denomination like seems to think that we're in the last days, and there just doesn't seem to be much evidence for that. I don't think these are the last days. Although Trump becoming president is a pretty good sign of the apocalypse, I'd say. But I don't think the world's going to end because of it. At least I hope not. I guess there's still the possibility that he could put us all into a nuclear holocaust, a nuclear winter. I remember in my elementary school there was this kid who was a Jehovah's Witness, and he wasn't allowed to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance because he said something about how he only pledges his allegiance to God or something like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, actually. Fuck pledging your allegiance to a flag. A better religion with where Donald Trump is the next coming of Christ would be pretty popular. I bet I could convince a lot of stupid rednecks that that's a real thing. There's a lot of stupid rednecks out there. Otherwise we wouldn't be in this predicament. I bet if you did create a religion with Donald Trump as the Messiah, you could probably get Donald Trump himself to sign off on it, because he's such a vain piece of crap that you would probably actually be into it. Could ask him for contributions to get it going. Some donation money to get the religion going. Since he's supposedly worth billions of dollars. One thing that pissed me off pretty hard, that was in the news a while back during whatever hurricane it was that had hit Texas, that Joel Osteen guy was refusing to take people into his mega church until social media shamed him into doing it, and then he finally opened up the doors of his church. A Bernie Sanders religion would be pretty cool, but actually, like, since Bernie Sanders is so old, like, he's probably gonna die in a couple years anyway, so you could probably get a lot of people who love Bernie Sanders on board, since the whole message of the church would be that Bernie Sanders is still alive in our hearts, so someone's probably gonna watch the VOD of this stream and flag me for talking about religion and politics. Although I don't think that's technically against the Twitch terms of service, but who knows? We're only making fun of stupid religions anyways. Fuck my life. I wish I had Donald Trump's money. I wonder if Trump will ever release his tax documents so we can see how full of shit he is on how much money he's worth. Melania Trump and battered women. You might as well just combine all that into one religion. It'll be for gays that need to flee third world countries, battered women, Melania and Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Willie Williams, Capri Sun, Lunchables, anal, multiple wives. All of this is just pure genius. There's no reason to separate it. You might as well just combine it all into one. The gays have no emotional connection to Melania. I don't know. Melania is pretty fashionable. I think the gays should at least be able to appreciate her fashion sense. Gays love their fashion, am I right? If there's one thing I know about gays, it's that they love fashion. If Queer Eye for the Straight Guy has taught me anything, it's that gays love fashion. The queer guys came by and had an eye for me. I'm gonna create a show called Straight Eye for the Queer Guy. I wonder how that would go over. Why does a gay man have a better fashion sense than a straight man? Simply because he's gay. That's it. That's the only qualification you need. Kellyanne Conway. You're really in touch to gay America, Will. I'm surprised. The spokesperson for the gays. Everybody is in the chat room right now. Ask him the questions that you need answered. He has his hand straight to the pulse of gay America. He has his limp wrist directly on the pulse of gay America. Good times, good times. Oh, excuse me. My allergies are killing me right now. Killing me softly with their words. Killing me softly. Because a rift. I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and he brought up an interesting point about how the Catholic Church, like, is really, like, against, like, homosexuality or whatever. And a lot of Christian denominations are against, like, homosexuality, but it seems like a pretty genius idea to create a church that just has openly gay clergy members. Because I'm sure the gays love Jesus just as much as the next guy. And fucking alienating them is it's just losing money. Could be getting all that sweet gay money, and they're just losing out on it because they're stuck in the Middle Ages with this anti-gay stuff. There's lots of gay money out there. The gays have their finances together. The gays have a good credit score. And somebody needs to collect all that gay money that's just waiting to be snatched up by the first guy who's willing to hire an all-gay clergy. The gays have a lot of spending power. I'm sure places like Bed Bath & Beyond would have gone out of business years ago if it wasn't for the gays. I'm on a roll tonight. I'm on a roll tonight. I'm gonna go back and look at this stream for notes for stand-up for open mic night. It seems like there's some gold in here that we've come up with tonight. The Father, the Capri Son, and the Holy Spirit, that's gold right there. The gays and their spending power, that's gold. I'm not stealing the idea. I'm just pointing out how much gay money there is out there. And somebody needs to capitalize on it. Hitler and Jim Jones. I heard something about how David Koresh of the Branch Davidians really idolized Hitler and studied his speeches to get better at preaching. He would study Hitler, which is pretty crazy. Or it might have actually been Jim Jones. It was one of those two. All these cult leaders, I get them mixed up in my head. Which is understandable, because a lot of them, their MOs are pretty similar. They're all good at brainwashing people. They all have rules in their religion where they get to have sex with all the women that are part of the cult. Genius stuff. Genius. It's honestly sad. It really speaks poorly of humanity that people can be so easily duped, that they're so eager to believe in anything that they'll just believe in the most bogus stuff. I mean, when people like L. Ron Hubbard are the main prophet in your religion, it's like L. Ron Hubbard's a science fiction author. What gives him what gave him the right to create a religion? I mean, his science fiction books were good, but they're not that good. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty common theme among cult leaders is that they're all perverts, and they just want to fuck as many unwitting cattle as they can. Fuck them out of their money. Literally fuck them. Whatever they can. One good thing that I can say about Alex Jones is that he was one of the people who pointed out how corrupt the government was in the way they handled the Waco incident. I mean, they at least could have got those fucking kids out of that place before they burnt it down. And I don't care if them burning it down was an accident or not. That doesn't excuse them butchering all those children, because the children were innocent in all this. They never asked to be a part of that fucking cult, and they're the real victims in that whole thing. And the government just killed them all. Killed them. Wrecked them, damn near killed them. think there are grains of truth in some of Alex Jones's stuff, but you have to dig through a lot of shit to get to those grains of truth. And one thing that really makes him seem foolish is his how he sells all those like random products that are just a scam, like these pills that are supposed to boost testosterone levels and like pretty much all this pseudoscience crap. He sells pretty much all of that type of stuff, and people buy it. It's sad. It's sad. 6-week course. Might as well make it like an 8 or 10-week course and really extract the money from people. People's Falcon. What in the fuck is that supposed to mean? Spread your wings and make the decision of your life. Fly away, lesbian seagull. The Falcon. Is that Black Avenger dude gonna be the spokesman of the religion? The fucking Clarence from 8 Mile? Willie Williams. Willie D. Williams. There's this podcast I follow on YouTube called Deep Fat Fried, and the two guys from it, they do a video series where they each pitch their ideas for a movie, and then people vote on it, on which one they like best. And one of the best ones they came up with was a spin-off movie starring Lando Calrissian about his like early days of being a pimp before he became like the big smuggler dude, before the Millennium Falcon days, where he was just a small-time pimp. I'd watch that movie. I would watch the hell out of that. It's time to get rid of those petty morals you have, Will, and just embrace the shittery. Embrace the shittery, my friend. Leave morals behind. What have morals ever done for you? If you're wearing headphones, this is your fair warning that I'm about to blow my nose, so here it goes. Rest in peace. Sweet eardrums. I am on Steam. I should be logged into Steam right now. I think we should already be friends on Steam, I think. Yeah, I see that you're online here. I believe my username on Steam is NoelDog. I don't have very many games. Let me pull that up real quick. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have about 8 games on Steam. I have the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Batman Arkham City, Binding of Isaac 1 and 2. For some reason I downloaded Dota 2 one time, so that's on there. I have Guacamelee, and I installed Terraria. That's about all I have on Steam. I usually don't buy video games very often, unless it's retro stuff. I used to have a pretty solid Super Nintendo collection, but I sold it a while back because I wasn't playing it very much, so I was kind of just collecting dust. But I want to start building up that collection again. Since the Super Nintendo is the best console ever made. I also want to get a Dreamcast again, because that's another one of my favorite consoles. Little Street Fighter action. Some Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There's so many good games for that console, actually. Ready to Rumble Boxing. What else? Power Stone, that's another good one. So many good games. Crazy Taxi, that's a good one. I never really played a lot of the RPGs that Dreamcast came out with. Like I think Phantasy Star was on Dreamcast. I believe you could actually play Phantasy Star online since the Dreamcast had the like 56K hookup in the back. But yeah, I want to get that console again for sure. But yeah, honestly, I could use more games on Steam, but like I said, I really don't follow modern games that much. So there are some games I want on Steam though. There's a few D&D games that I want to get. There's one called Tales from Candlekeep that I want to get, and then there's Idle Heroes of the Forgotten Realms. I'd like to try that. I think that game's actually free to play, so I should actually just install that one. But I also need to re-download Neverwinter, the Neverwinter MMO, because that's actually one of the only MMOs I ever really got into. Besides, I really liked Dead by Daylight. Dang, I appreciate that, sir. You the real MVP. Anyways, I'll be joking this. Oh, I was gonna say another MMO that I really liked was Star Wars: The Old Republic. But I think I pretty much like played all the content that game had to offer, so it got kind of stale once I maxed out my level on that. But I know Neverwinter has a lot of new content that I haven't even touched, so definitely want to download that. I'm stale. I am pretty stale. Pretty much, I'm willing to admit the fact that I'm stuck in the 90s. Everything that I like, be it video games, music, just about anything that I like is from the 90s. Modern shit just doesn't do it for me. Give me a little Alanis Morissette, Super Nintendo. Throw on a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's all I need. I'm down to play sometime. I've watched a lot of gameplay of that game. This it's newish. This streamer on Twitch that I watch sometimes, named Diabetic, used to always play Dead by Daylight. I don't know if he still plays it or not. I've been kind of out of the loop with Twitch because I sold out and started watching a lot of YouTube. Just because a lot of the podcasts and shit that I listen to or watch is on YouTube, so. And I really got kind of addicted to podcasts a little bit. So I kind of sold out and haven't been on Twitch as much lately. But at least as far as watching Twitch, I'm obviously on Twitch right now, but Nighty night, sir. I appreciate that game. Talk to you soon. Willie Williams, everybody. The mouthpiece of gay America. Stay true, sir. Stay true. Stay true to the cause. Yeah, wow, it's 5 in the morning. That time really went by fast. How long have I even been on for? Been on for an hour? Crazy. World of false prophets. The Church of Falcon. Fly away, lesbian seagull. Need to go watch Beavis and Butthead now. Nighty night, sir. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for the game as well. I appreciate that. Getting in on that 21st century shit. The stuff the kids are playing. Oh, good times. Good times. Church of Love. Tough love. Tough love. School of Hard Knocks. We are, the youth of the nation. We are, the youth of the nation. Playing with the Queen of Hearts, sucking on my fucking chode. I am getting destroyed by this game. I really hate the curse of darkness. Can't see shit. My eyesight's already bad enough without the curse of darkness fucking me right in my tight little butt. the Queen of Hearts sucking on my fucking dick. Well, that was slightly disappointing. Disappointing pills. This is an interesting room. Lots of potential in this room. Wish I would have kept that moon card instead of all these shitty pills. This fucking floor is ridiculous already. Finally, we reach our destination. Oh god. Oh god. Lose. Fuck me, Williams. Barely survived that. Well, boys and girls, it's been fun. It's been good. It's been fun. But it hasn't been good fun. Thanks for watching. Thronezilla, if you're still in here, appreciate you watching. And yeah, that's about all I got for tonight. Probably be back on soon. Might try some of this Dead by Daylight that Will gifted me. But that's all I got. Stay true, everybody. Peace. I'm out of here.